Hey everyone, welcome back to Addie P's Real Estate Tea, where today I just want to briefly go over our October 2020 market report. Now, before I get into this video, as you also graciously do in my videos, please hit that thumbs up button if you like what you hear. Also, hit that subscribe button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do subscribe, please hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos on this channel. And you already know, if you're watching your girl from Instagram, drop her a heart and show her some love. All right. Now, I know the title of this video is like, ooh, porn. Not that type of porn, all right? And look at me. I'm acting like I'm a 10-year-old schoolboy giggling over the word porn. But I want this to be a thought in your mind that this market and where it's heading and some of the dynamics in there, are we really heading for this housing crash, that everybody and their mama on YouTube is making a video of, in my opinion, to get you to be embedded in this world of fear porn. And a lot of us folks are addicted to fear porn. We will click video after video after video to hear how this doom and gloom is coming, and you're going to be eating rice and beans out of a can, and not have any heat and so forth. Don't get me wrong; those dynamics are happening at some parts of the world. They may be happening here in the U.S. You never know what someone's circumstances are. So please, I don't want to make light of that in this video and in the things that I'm saying, but have we become so addicted to hearing these negative, fearful things that we just kind of subscribe to it and, don't click on videos that really give you some perspective of, hey, you know what? Things are changing, but are they really doom and gloom? So that's one thing that I really did want to kind of put out here in this video, and why I titled it Fear Porn, Housing Crash. Which one is it? Which one are we choosing here? And my third, and to me, more reasonable option here is correction. And I know some say, oh, well, you're just in denial, or you're, fancying it up, polishing a turd, whatever you want to call it. But it's not. If you study markets, and you don't have to study it and be an expert on it, but just look at things, even over the course of the past 3-4 years, you'll see that there are some market corrections. And in some of my past videos, I have noted, even videos back in early 2021 and so forth, that we were going to potentially face this period of time of correction. The NAR economist Lawrence Yun, I remember, him saying this back in late 2020, early 2021, that, hey, we will see a market correction. And I honestly believe, folks, that this is where we are at right now, that we are in the correction phase of this market. And it is not a bad thing. It's more balanced if you look at it. No one should be sitting here offering 40, 50 on up $100,000 on a property. That's not balanced. And I know some sellers are looking at this video like, ooh, I can't stand her. And that's okay. But it's not a healthy market. It's unrealistic. There are balances. There are markets where sellers, which the market that we're in now, those who are selling their homes, they're still getting over asking. They're still getting some things that they want, but maybe not wildly outrageous. And I think that these times are good. These corrective periods are good, where we can kind of come down to earth and say, "Wow, hold on, let's pump the brakes a bit." What is real, what's not. But like I said, this whole fear-driven mentality, I guess for me, it just drives me nuts because I don't subscribe to it. I don't, I guess I can't understand it. Yes, there are some things to be concerned about. Like I said, yes, there are parts of the world where, folks are really struggling. There are parts, there are people who you probably personally know. It could be you who is struggling. And those are realities. But for the whole and the real estate and what we're talking about right now, I don't really see that that is the case. Yes, we do have numbers. Inflation has hit everywhere. If you eat food, if you sustain yourself and eat food, you are paying more, at the grocery store. If you drive a vehicle, a gas powered vehicle, you are paying more at the pump. If you're buying clothing, whatever you're purchasing, you are paying more. Inflation is here. That is not a mystery. It's not the end of the world. We have paid more for items over time in history. Housing is no exception to that. We are paying more for housing these days, even in this corrective period. The value of houses have gone up. That should be news to sellers' ears. And sellers should be happy to hear that folks are going to pay more for their house. Now, on the flip side of that, buyers, because they are paying more for a house, some have been priced out. Housing affordability continues to be an issue. The Housing Affordability Index, as a matter of fact, to no one's surprise, because of inflationary issues, has gone down again and has gone down repeatedly over the past year. So this is no mystery. And as mortgage rates get higher, although last week they did dip down a little bit, they went from like the 7 range down to like 6.6 and so forth. I believe that they're probably going to hover in that range. I don't think that they're going to go over 7. But then again, I don't work for the Fed. I am not Jerome Powell, so I really don't know how that's going to play out. But just from my personal observations, I don't think we'll be over 7. Again, let's not be fearful. Let's be mindful. Let's be resourceful. Let's be who we're destined to be here, and that's not to live in fear. Not being able to purchase a house this year, opposed to a market correction happening and you being put back in the driver's seat of purchasing a house within the next year, is not doom and gloom. It's called, hey, I may have to reconsider some things and wait. It's called a little patience. A setback is not always a bad thing. A setback, in my opinion, is making the way for a great comeback. So let that be some motivation to you. And again, I don't know everybody's individual circumstances. I know that there are some who may not be able to really see any light at the end of the tunnel, proverbially. But again, let's not be in such despair that we're, staying still. I believe in moving forward. Let's keep moving forward in the right direction. Let's not be frozen by this fear and just continuing to subscribe to it. The world has always had good places and bad places, okay? There's always been bad situations in this world, and there's always been great situations that have allowed us to overcome those bad situations. So enough of my Oprah, TED talk here, and then so forth. Just to delve into some numbers here, some statistics here. Now, NAR did report that existing home sales declined nationwide for the eighth consecutive month. Okay. And they were falling 1.5% as of the last measure, and that was according to NAR. Okay, we know that home sales were going to take a bit of a beating because of these interest rates going down or going up, excuse me. And housing affordability, like I said, is still low. So those types of things are going to scare some folks off a bit. And if you don't qualify at this point in time, you just don't, but that's not saying that that won't change. All right. A little shift in the interest rates and you're back in the buying game. It, again, depends on your circumstances. Now, new listings here in the Lehigh Valley decreased by 17.5% to 698. Pending sales were down by 25.4% to 580. Again, you're going to expect these types of things during corrections. All right. Inventory levels shrank by 3.7% to 826 units here in the Lehigh Valley for the month of October. Prices do continue to gain traction. So again, we have this trippy market. Things, are not balanced yet. All right. Now that median sales price increased by 14%, so double-digit increase to 296,500. All right, or 296,500. Sorry, you got to get my decimals and so forth correct. Days on the market up by 12.5% to 18 days. 18 days is still great. Anything below 30 days on the market is spectacular. So we're still seeing some good numbers here. All right. Buyers, they are in a little bit of a powerful spot here. If you are a buyer and you're able to be out here house shopping and so forth, because the inventory for once, although it's still low, don't get me wrong, inventory is still low, which is an advantage to sellers, but it was actually up here in the Lehigh Valley. And it was up by 8.3% to 1.3 months. I know in previous videos, previous market report videos, the monthly inventory was always below a month. Then finally, I think it was last month, it was finally at a month, so now it's a little bit over a month. So this is showing that we are becoming more balanced, okay? And again, not a fear porn thing, nothing for us to be fearful of, to have a little balance in our lives, right? That's what we strive for, some balance. All right, now, this report that I always get my statistics from, which our association always does a great job at compiling all of this information from the state and national numbers as well. But, our housing market is undergoing a shift. And like I said, I think that shift is to put us more in balance, both buyer, seller, and the affordability. Housing affordability, like I said, it continues to be an issue, and I believe that it's going to be. I believe that higher prices are here to stay, and now that will come more in balance as we adjust those interest rates a little bit more, and maybe housing affordability gets to be a little bit better, and get some more folks able to afford housing. Then that will become a little bit more balanced. But I believe that higher prices are here to stay for housing. Again, it's an inflationary item, just like our groceries, just like our gas. All right. And saying that mortgage rates, which we discussed, have doubled since March. And we just talked about home prices have, continued to be elevated. So, I guess again, back to buyers. Some buyers are going to have to wait things out, and it may have priced buyers out with these higher interest rates. And sellers, some sellers are a little on the fence if they should make a move or not with listing their home. For me, I'm looking at a few things here. One of those things is this time of year is actually the best time of year, in my opinion, as an agent, as a 16-year agent, all right, to list your home. A, you have a lack of competition. B, you have the aesthetic, okay, of the holiday. If you're into decorating and so forth, there's nothing like pulling up to a home with nice lighting. You walk in, you smell warm smells of the holiday, a nice holiday scent going, warm vanilla sugar, because I'm a Bath and Body freak here, or some candied apple, maybe some cookies or something. There's nothing like that. And especially if you are looking to buy a home to occupy, from a buyer perspective, it's like, wow, this feels like home. You're warm, coming in from the cold and, being out and so forth. And you come in and you get that warm feeling. You smell those good smells. You see the house decorated and you think as a buyer, hey, this is where I want to be. So just that in general. And the less competition thing, you have people, I'm just going to wait until springtime. Okay, well, I'm going to put mine up. And all those buyers that are out here looking, I'm going to take advantage of those buyers. So those are two things that are in your favor. So needless to say, don't, if you are a seller, let this time of the year discourage you. And again, we may see some more uptick in activity after the holiday, probably, late January, February, depending on where interest rates go. And as far as buyers are concerned, keep grinding, keep looking, keep doing your thing. On the rental forefront, I don't see those prices changing much, to be honest with you. I see that, landlords are still going to more than likely be in a power play position here. So that's something to consider if you are in the rental market, and that's something to keep your eye out on too as well, over the coming months, to see how this whole shift with housing and market correction will affect that sector as well, especially those folks out there that are looking to invest and start their rental portfolio with rental properties and so forth. So needless to say, enough of me blabbing my mouth. Sorry to disappoint you all today. Those of you who saw the word porn and didn't look at fear first and thought you were getting something juicy here. You are getting some juicy. You should be feeling nice and warm and good, hearing about all of this good real estate juice and tea. All right. But anyway, enough of my craziness, enough of my real estate babble, because I could go on and on and on and on. And I know y'all don't want to hear me all day. So until that next video, you all have a blessed one. Take care and have a happy Thanksgiving on me. All right. Take care. Bye.